The one thing every skier dreads every single year is having to cough up more money to renew their ski pass. What makes it even worse is when you go to the website and find out the prices are even higher than what they were last season. I don't know about you, but to me it feels like Vail and Alterra are just raising their pass prices indefinitely, and eventually, in like 2050, it will cost 6 figures to ski. I sure just hope my job will pay me enough for that. Anyway, for now, whilst it is somewhat affordable, I will give you the best ways to save money on your ski pass. What is happening, everybody? I hope y'all are having a happy Friday. This Friday is a happy Friday because it is the 17th of October, which means we are in the final countdown for the next ski season. And even a few ski resorts will start to cut the red tape in the next week or two. If you still haven't renewed your season pass yet, better sooner rather than later. You're running out of time. For those of you who are still waiting for whatever reason, here are some tips on how to get the best price for a season pass. Those of you who already have renewed, you aren't left out in this video. You can use this video's advice for next year's renewal. Just a heads up, this video won't be a structured top 5 video like I typically do. It's going to be more of just a free-for-all informational video. Do y'all prefer the top 5s, or do you prefer when I do it this way? Let me know down below. Finding the best deal on your pass all begins by deciding which pass you should get. If you have been keeping up with the channel during the off season, you may remember I made a video comparing the Epic and Ikon passes and breaking down what you get out of the passes. In that video I explained what mountains you get access to, what regions each pass is best for, and the pricing of the base and full passes. If you really remember that video, you may remember at some point I said I will give my best advice on how to save money on your ski pass in a future video, which ironically is the video you're currently watching. If you have not yet seen that video, I will provide a link in the description. Go watch that to determine whether you should get an Epic or Ikon pass. Now that you have decided if you are going Epic or Ikon, now it is time to choose which variant you should get. We are going to go over the Ikon pass first, as there are less choices and it is less complex. We all know the two main variants of the Ikon pass, which there is the base pass and the full pass, which the full pass is also referred to as the Ikon pass. Ikon used to have a base plus pass, but they omitted it this year, and rightfully so. If that variant was still a thing, I wouldn't have recommended it because it is very restrictive and it costs almost as much as the full pass. In the 2024-2025 ski season, the full pass went for $12.50, whilst the base plus pass went for $11.50, and the base pass was $8.50. So please explain to me who would want the base plus when they could just pay $100 more or get the full. Anyway, that is enough yapping about passes that don't exist anymore. Let's break down the base and full passes. The Ikon base pass is a great deal for Colorado, as you get 3 resorts with no restrictions and 2 resorts with a 5-day cap, and blackout dates of course. For other regions, those benefits vary, and you should look at the website for what kind of access you get in your region. The full pass is for the more die-hard skiers, where you get no restrictive dates and you have access to more resorts. There are also 7 new bonus mountains on the full pass that are being offered in the 2026 season. Then there is the Ikon Session Pass, which is only worth it if you are strictly only skiing or skiing at Ikon resorts for just a couple days this season. I think the Ikon Session Pass is a ripoff, but it's still way better than paying for lift tickets out the window, which is basically just a tourist trap. In my honest opinion, whether you get the base or full pass depends on which mountains you plan on going to. It is not worth it paying more to avoid blackout dates, since those are the days you don't want to ski anyway because you'll spend more time waiting in line than on the slopes. Now we discussed the variants of the Ikon Pass, now let's discuss the Epic Pass. The Epic Pass does have the 2 main variants, which is the Epic Local and Epic Pass. But there are also a handful of other variants. I highly recommend you consider some of these other variants, as if you look at what they include, you will be surprised how much money you could save. Here in Colorado, there is the Summit Value Pass and the Keystone Plus Pass, which cost significantly less than getting an Epic Local Pass even. There is also the Tahoe Local and Value Passes and the Northeast Value Pass. If you are someone who doesn't care about having a buffet of resorts to ski at, I would highly recommend you consider these options. If you don't live near those regions, or you don't want to be stuck skiing 1 or 2 resorts, you could also buy the Epic Day Passes, which you could choose between 1 and 7 days, and you can customize it to your liking. You can choose to include or exclude peak dates, and you can also decide which resorts you want access to. There's so much freedom. One can argue this is comparable to Ikon Session Passes, but they just aren't comparable. First off, the Epic Day Passes are cheaper than Ikon Session Passes. Second off, Ikon Session Pass doesn't even give you access to all the resorts that aren't on the Ikon Base Pass. Epic's Day Passes give you access to any mountain that is on the full Epic Pass, such as Telluride, which isn't available on the Epic Local Pass. People shit on Vail so much, but if I have to be honest, Vail has done far more to make skiing on their mountains affordable than its competitor Alterra. There are a lot of reasons to pay top dollar for the full Ikon Pass, as there are no alternative ways to get access to a lot of those mountains. However, paying top dollar for the full Epic Pass is usually not worth it, as the local pass usually gets the job done. That may change in future seasons, but as of right now in October of 2025, there are very few reasons to even bother with the full Epic Pass. The next way to save money on your ski pass is utilizing discounts. Both Epic and Ikon provide very good discounts for students in military, as well as other groups. I have buddies who take advantage of those perks to save hundreds of dollars. I unfortunately am not a student or have served in the military, so I don't get shit. So I'm basically cooked when it comes to buying passes. If you are under the age of 23, you can get the Young Adult Ikon Pass, which costs hundreds of dollars less than the regular Ikon Pass. I took advantage of that back in 2024 when I bought my Ikon Pass in March when I was 22 years old, so I locked in the young adult rate before I turned 23 the following May, and got to ski the whole 2024-2025 season on that pass. If your birthday falls after Ikon Passes go on sale, you could squeeze an extra year on the cheaper pass. Of course, if you are under 23, you can stack the cheaper rate with student/military discounts and save significantly. If you want to research any other ways to find discounts on ski passes, let me know if you find any down below. Or send me a DM on Discord. I promise to keep it between us. Before we go on, I'm going to quickly respond to this gentleman, which is quite a stretch. If skiing style is so important to you, and you don't like the way other people film their skiing, you need to be the one that sets the example. How about you go and make skiing videos on your channel the way that you want, and I will do the content here the way that I want, and then we could go about our day. The fact you are 77 years old and have nothing better to do with your time than to leave a hate comment criticizing a 24-year-old ski form just shows just how fucking arrogant you are. I am totally aware I am a dog shit skier, and if that bothers you so much, you don't have to watch. Nobody held a gun up to your head to watch my skiing. At the end of the day, I am the one who's making the content and showing you all the way I ski, whilst you're too much of a fucking coward to show your skiing. So please, how about you mind your own fucking business and don't fucking tell me how to run my goddamn channel. Thank you. Well, that is all I have to say for today's video. Before I sign off, I'm going to do some housekeeping, so please bear with me. I have a fall 2025 survey linked down below. I would really appreciate it if you could fill that out and help me decide on a direction for future content. If you want to further engage yourself in my community, please join my Discord server, which is linked down below. This is going to be the best way to communicate with me and other members of my community, and it is where I will announce ski meetups if they do ever happen. If you like to watch football, every week on my Discord I do football picks where I announce who I predict to win each football game. Really, it isn't just about me, it is a community. The more people who join that community, the better it is for everyone to network with each other. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.